Hi, you're listening to After the Review with Peter and Terrell.
What it do, baby?
Our podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, and now Apple Podcasts. So if you like
Let's go.
our content, please share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all next week. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Terrell. Terrell, kind of had a bad week gambling this week, didn't we? Kind of lost all our money.
Yeah, man, we're broke. There's no other way to put it. We just ain't got no money. We're broke. I think smart you put aside 100K, and sure enough, we're definitely gonna bet that this week because we gotta make that money back. But other than that, we're pretty broke. So we're what 1 point. With 1 point, I don't know,
0.65. I don't know. We're bad in the hole.
six
LeBron.
two five. Yeah, 625 in the hole.
LeBron on Tuesday night killed us. Awful.
Not bad. That started the week
Bad.
off. That just started
Just
the week off bad.
bad. I mean, my boy Baker, just a dumpster fire. Ugh.
Well, I think that line moved, so we should have waited to bet because I think it moved to 12.
Yeah, it would have been even worse. We got them at 10. They still wouldn't have covered. We were just even worse.
Yeah.
It was bad. Texas minus a point against TCU. Awful, terrible. 4 interceptions.
Why do we do?
Why?
Why do we do that?
I don't know. Tom Herman's overrated,
Why?
like I say. I know he's overrated, but Sam Ehlinger 4 picks. It's all right. Big 12. Bad weekend for the Big 12. Oklahoma, the real upset, right? Kansas State. Were you surprised by that one?
Herbie talked about it in the game day. He said, "Watch out." He's like, K-State might come. He didn't say that they would beat him, but yeah, I was definitely surprised about that. We'll talk about my boy Jalen Hurts as we have a segment here, but yeah. I think he'll be all right.
You think that's okay? That was
I think
little controversy at the end with the onside kick. Maybe got blocked.
Yeah, I was really hoping to get it back. Like that's that storyline he needed to kind of push
save your team,
the Heisman, save your team type of deal. But I think he'll be okay. All I heard was what like Jalen Hurts almost 3 for 4 yards. It wasn't his fault. Like that's what I heard from people. So I think he'll be okay.
I mean, it was kind of his fault. He let him get down that hole, and Kansas State. Everything they could to let him back in that game.
Does he need to return kicks too now, or what?
Yeah, he might have to. That's you got to do what it takes to win. But the guy
he might.
There is a man who is solidly in front of him, and that's Joe Burrows. Who?
That's right. That's no joke. No, I don't think it's like a runaway for Jalen. I just think he.
Yep.
I don't think he like slid too much or out of the conversation. Yeah, Joe Burrows is making it really tough, especially if he beats Bama. Ooh. But my thing is that I watched the LSU game and Joe Burrows he didn't really start playing good until late. Like,
so
you know what I mean?
They were talking about it and they said he had that nice run where he got popped in the mouth on the run. I think he picked up like 9 in the first down on like a 3rd and 7. And they said, he likes to get hit a little bit. He wakes up. He's a little bit of crazy. I kind of like that. That's the perfect kind of guy for like, especially against Bama. He's gonna get punched in the mouth. And that might, might wake him up, bring his A game a little bit. He had a great 3rd quarter though to really kind of put that game away. I know Auburn made a push there at the end, cut it to a score. But really, they were in total control after a great first half. What was it? 10-10 in the first half, I think it went to halftime.
Yep, went to halftime 10-10.
Yep, and then they kind of rolled away with it. They were up 27-13, I think. But, yep, he looked good. And Ohio State, I heard, how about this guy, Nick Young? We got a defensive player in the talks for the Heisman.
Chase Young.
Yes, the DN. He had a monster day against Wisconsin as they rolled them, but I saw a straw poll. He's kind of in the mix now.
Yeah, he's number 3 from last time I saw. So it's those 3, Hurts, Burrow, and Chase Young for Heisman watch or Heisman list or whatever. So I think that's big time. I think any time for a defensive player to even be mentioned or to even get invited to New York.
You're doing something
it's big time for them.
I was surprised when I saw that. I didn't realize he was having such a good season. Like I knew Ohio State's defense was good, but they haven't really played anybody. Again, Wisconsin's not really much of anything on offense, but it's
outside of Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but when you're so one-dimensional against a team that's they just look faster than them. Ohio State, they were flying all over the place. Wisconsin really didn't look like they could keep up with them, but. it's good. Like you said, defensive player, got to keep it rolling. Interesting. I hope they keep it up. Ohio State definitely has some games in front of them. The shakeup in the top 10 was pretty significant with that Oklahoma loss. So I think for once in our lives, we might have a little, this home stretch here, the last month or so of the season is going to be very interesting to see who can sneak their way into the top 4 and get into that playoff situation.
Yeah, I mean Notre Dame lost too, so
They
yeah.
did. Michigan. There you go, Harbaugh. Big win finally.
Yeah, finally.
We were bad on that one. Bet that game too.
Yeah, I mean, sure enough, we were right to not right to bet it, but Harbaugh didn't show us anything to us not bet it. So
that game was weird. The whole game felt like Notre Dame blocked the punt, and then they tried to field the punt past the line of scrimmage in a torrential downpour. It was a total monsoon. It was horrible weather, like we talked about a few weeks ago with that Niners-Redskins game. It might have been worse weather than that. And they blocked the punt, and they tried to recover it, and they fumbled it, and Michigan recovered it, and then they went down the field and kicked a field goal. And they kind of never looked back after that. And so that felt like a really huge play in the game. But, yep, Michigan, I mean, they ran it right down their throats, and I was surprised that Notre Dame couldn't stop their run.
Yeah, big time win for Michigan. And I think this kind of wraps it up for college football.
It does. Do we want to get into NBA overreactions? Week 1 of the NBA. Where can we make some? The sky's falling in Golden State. I mean,
do we hit on all our us picking bad and losing all our money? We hit on all that.
I think we hit on all that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's. I think we don't have any overreactions so far. NBA. I think we need to let it one more week, and we can give some overreactions here. But
so you're not sweating your Steph Curry MVP, Draymond Green.
I think they got to figure it out. So I don't want to go back on my word 1 weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think I need 2 weeks of like full sample because someone would say that was a dumb pick, but I think they need to figure out what they're going to do as a unit. But yeah, it's gonna be hard for Steph Curry to win the MVP. He's definitely going to carry that team. The Clippers look good.
They looked very good.
Really good. The opening night, I was like, the Lakers don't have anything. Like they need like way more pieces. But as this week's gone on, they looked better. So, but like I said, I want to give it one more week, and then we can really dive into these teams. I think we'll get a larger sample of what they are and what they're not to give some overreactions. I think week 1, first couple games, they're trying to fill each other out because. I mean, if we talk about now, we might think the Hawks is a playoff team.
No,
so I think we should just
some of the people we know do think the Hawks are a playoff.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just hold off on that. We'll come back next week and we'll really dive in and look at the teams.
All right, then we can roll into how about the World Series? We got us a Game 7 Wednesday night. Both teams.
Man, can anyone win at home?
Anybody win at home? 3-3. I saw the stat tonight. First time in a North American professional sports league best of 7 series that the road team has won the first 6 games at a 1,420 series. First time this has ever happened. That's crazy.
I don't even know what to expect. I don't even know what to expect. I thought the Astros were going to end it tonight. I thought they were going to win it.
Strasburg pitched.
But they didn't.
Strasburg threw a absolute gem to keep the Nats going.
Yeah.
And maybe being back indoors, being, good weather, the Nationals bats kind of woke up tonight and they were raking like they were the first 2 games of the series in Houston. So it'll be interesting. The Astros traded for Zach Greinke to get Zach Greinke to pitch this Game 7. Not ideal. I'm sure they'd rather have – I'm sure Cole's in the pipe, ready to come in.
He's definitely coming on the bullpen. If you don't think he's not coming on the bullpen, you're crazy.
No, I definitely think he is. Verlander got roughed up a little bit tonight, so we're not going to see him.
He's coming out of bullpen too. I think that's the 3. I said 3 we see. Those 3 – I don't know much about Astros bullpen, but I figured
it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, so I figure we'd probably see Greinke started off, and then if Greinke can get through a couple innings, I'm sure we'll see Cole and we'll see Verlander. That's what I would do.
And then,
I mean, they can rest their arms for the next 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, for the rest of the there is no tomorrow after tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Scherzer getting scratched from the Game 5 turns out to be a blessing in disguise for the Nationals because they're gonna have Scherzer on the bump, and that's your ace. I know he's dealing with neck spasms. He said he was feeling better today. He was up and throwing in the bullpen. But
yeah, I thought he was about to come in there.
Yeah, I know. But Strasburg was just too good. So if you're the Nationals, you'll say we'll take it, right? We got our ace.
Sure.
We got our dog. Let's ride. So it'll be fun. That's 3 Game 7s in the last 4 World Series. The road team has won the previous 2, so maybe 3 for 3 with the road team, and we'll have 7 road wins in a series, which would be absolutely insane. But I'm excited to watch it tomorrow night.
Who are you taking?
You know what? I have this weird feeling. I think the Nationals are going to win tomorrow night. I know I had Astros in 6. I thought they were going to win tonight. It's just, I don't know. It's just I just got a weird feeling with the Nationals. So I'm going with the Nationals on the road, Game 7.
I got the Astros. You want to put a little podly friendly wager on this?
No, I don't believe in it that much. I'm never.
Oh, okay.
I find it hard to bet. I mean, it's just I don't know.
Talk a big game.
I'm talking a big game. It's hard to pick a road team. I know. Can the road teams do it 7 in a row? It's just I don't know. I got a weird feeling. Tonight was kind of a weird game. It felt like Houston went for it and they couldn't get it, and so maybe there's a little bit of a letdown. You know, you let the Nats back into everything. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, it's been a great series. I hope it's a great game tomorrow night. So I guess we can move into the NFL. We've reached the midway point of the NFL season.
Oh, wait. I got to give my Sounders a shout out.
Oh.
Seattle Sounders going to the Cup. We don't know who they're playing yet because the East Side plays tomorrow night. But the Sounders going to MLS Cup big time. So
is that game going to be in Seattle?
Well, if the Atlanta, I don't forget who Atlanta's playing, but if they lose, the game will be in Seattle, and I will be in appearance.
Oh,
so
that's kind of big time. We give a little shout out for some Americans.
Yeah, the Sounders, big time. That's my soccer team, so I gotta give them a little shout out there. Okay, let's get to NFL.
NFL, we hit the halfway mark, so I think it's perfect. We talk about some power rankings. You and I, we looked at some numbers, we talked about it, we debated, and we have our power rankings for the halfway mark of the season. So
we did some deep dives.
We pulled out the
film. We sat back, we reeled it back and forth, and we got power rankings.
So for those watching on YouTube, we had the list right up here. Here's a list of our power rankings. For those listening on Apple Podcast stuff, we're going to go over it. Don't worry, we're going to talk about it. This is going to be the chunk of the remaining of our podcast. So at the bottom, we have our tank for Tua class, and I think we can kind of go a little soft on these teams. We got 4 teams here tanking for Tua. They all need a quarterback. We have the Dolphins, we have the Bengals, we have the Redskins, and we have the Broncos. What do you got? Anything about these teams, Terrell?
They're I definitely say they're tanking for Tua. The only team I wouldn't say isn't trying to tank for Tua is the Broncos. They just mismanaged Vic Fangio. It's just at the end of the game, he just turns it in. I don't know what it is.
He's bad. They've lost on 3 game-winning field goals, which is tough. But they don't have a quarterback. Maybe we'll see.
They need Tua. They definitely need Tua. But I don't know. Maybe they don't need Tua. Maybe Drew Lock. We give it 2 years, and maybe they wait around for Lawrence. Maybe we'll give Drew Lock a year, and then maybe they'll be the tank for Lawrence campaign. Whatever that would be.
I don't trust anything John Elway does with quarterbacks.
That's true. Maybe they should let him. You can run the rest of the team. Just let someone else evaluate quarterbacks.
But
we're just gonna relieve you of those duties.
The Dolphins for sure are taking for Tua, even though Fitzpatrick showed a little bit of something on Monday night against the Steelers for the first quarter. Up 14-0.
They're 100% taking for Tua. Poor Brian Flores. He's gonna sit through the worst part. That team's probably gonna turn out to be pretty good, and he won't be there.
No, I think he will. His team. To give the Dolphins credit, they play hard. I don't feel them quit. You know how sometimes when a team's bad, they just quit. I don't feel like the Dolphins quit on him. And I know the front office is totally behind him, and they have a ton of draft capital. They even picked up a 5th-round pick and Aqib Talib today from a salary dump from the Rams. So they even got more picks. They got more picks. And so I like what they're doing.
You think do they just release Aqib Talib off waivers, or can you do that?
I don't think.
I know you can. DJ Swearinger happened that hit him last year. Remember, they just released him in the mid-year, and I thought the Chiefs were gonna get him. I'm asking for the Chiefs' standpoint. Can I see Aqib Talib possibly get released
and coming home?
My point exactly, coming home to Kansas, but the corners for the Chiefs didn't look too bad. But anyway, take for Tua.
Yeah, take for Tua down. Andy Dalton just got benched today on his birthday. That's pretty awful.
On his birthday?
It's his birthday, 32nd birthday. And Andy Dalton really hasn't played bad.
Zach Taylor's a dick.
He hasn't played bad. He has,
he hasn't played bad. They can't protect him.
Mm-hmm. No AJ Green. They don't commit to running the ball.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe Zach Taylor gets fired after the year.
He
We'll
might.
see.
That's a very Browns-esque
We've
move.
seen it happen. We've seen it happen before.
Yeah, we
So
have recently too. The Cardinals just
recently,
did
yeah,
it. Yep.
Cardinals, yeah.
So we'll
So
see. But the tank for Tua class, those are our bottom 4 teams. Not
how long do you think they stay?
Bengals.
Bengals.
Oh, Finley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Ryan Finley.
I
Sorry.
have no idea. Who knows? Who knows what they're doing?
He's like, oh, maybe he is pretty good, and he thought. We'll see.
I think they know he's good. I think they really want to lose at this point. They're trying to get that top pick. All right, our next category, we have our dumpster fire teams. This might be a worse place to be than tank for Tua because these teams thought they were good. They maybe had a plan moving forward. They thought they were going to win some games, and they've been an absolute train wreck this year. And we have the Falcons, the Chargers, the Browns, the Bears, and the Jets. A late addition to this, the Jets. I don't think Adam Gase makes it through this season. He seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like the mess of Miami.
Oh, you think Adam Gates is fired?
I would. I think he doesn't know how to coach. He looks terrible. He is single-handedly the reason the Jets struggle. His play calling is atrocious and suspect. They put Sam Darnold in terrible situations. They're trading They just traded Leonard Williams, one of their best defensive ends, to the Giants.
I was really confused about this trade because, like, what is the Giants trying to do here? But yeah, I was confused all the way around. And then supposedly they were shopping Bell. I kind of got excited. I heard the Chiefs might go get him.
They were shopping Le'Veon Bell, and apparently, like, teams inquired about Jamal Adams, even though they sat down and talked. And Jamal said he wanted to stay. I don't know. There's a lot of confusion on that front. It's just they seem like a dumpster. They seem like a mess. I would fire Adam Gase. Look at the mess in Miami. That's completely his fault. Get somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
Get somebody
How
else.
do you ruin two organizations?
Very carefully. It'd be funny if he's actually a huge Patriots fan. He's just on the sly, just on the bankroll for Bill, and he's just tanked 2 teams in the AFC East so Tom Brady and Bill can win forever.
I would believe it, but Bill doesn't even need that to. He doesn't even need him to be on. He just beat him regardless.
That's true. That's very true. But it's maybe he needs a little bit more help as an older man. He doesn't have to work as hard when he plays his division games. He knows he's penciled in for 7 wins every year, maybe most likely 8, but 7 for sure wins. We'll see. I think new head coach, get somebody for Sam Darnold. He hasn't looked bad. They beat the Cowboys. The defense, I like what the defense does. They need some players, but the Greg Williams defense is good. So hopefully they get that shit figured out because it's terrible. How about the Browns? Let's talk about the Browns because this is
quick on the Browns. I think Freddie Kitchens is the problem. I wouldn't be surprised if he got fired this year. I think the Browns is a good team, but like you could tell they're not disciplined
at all.
And like
13
there's parts when Baker is good and there's other parts when he's not. And I think some of that his fault, but some of it's probably Kitchen's play calling. Like when they do the RPO stuff, like they look good and stuff like that. So I think they should probably fire Freddie.
I'm okay with that. I think John Dorsey's also an issue. That was an interesting take today. He's kind of a power-hungry GM guy. And there's a reason he got run out of KC with the team that he has there.
Well, he mismanaged money. That's why he got rid of KC. Yeah. But yeah, he got rid of KC for a reason.
Yeah.
But he did build though. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to give him credit for drafting Mahomes, but he definitely dropped Kelsey. He definitely dropped Hill, and then Chris Jones. Like some of those good pieces he drafted. I'm not 100% sure if he drafted Mahomes. I think the new GM might have drafted Mahomes. I think he did.
I just think it's going to be hard for Baker had his butt fumble moment this week. That might be the worst interception I've ever seen thrown in the NFL.
I didn't watch it, but by multiple people, I was told he just threw the ball to the
He didn't look. The DN absolutely blew past a tackle, and they were trying to run like a shovel pass, and Baker just shoveled it right to the D lineman. Just, here you go. It was bad. It was really bad. I actually have an interesting take. I say you fire Kitchens, you trade OBJ, you get rid of Baker Mayfield, you pick up a couple offensive linemen, and you sign Teddy Bridgewater. That's the kind of mentality you need. Like Myles Garrett's, MO is what should be leading this team. Just strong.
I think it's so overreaction there.
We'll see, but
I don't think they're doing any of that, but
I agree they won't because they're the Browns.
You can shoot for the moon.
It's the bad move. It's the Browns. They're never going to do the right thing. It's Cleveland.
I don't know if that's the right thing. But all right, who's next on our who's
Bears.
next on?
We can talk about the Bears.
Bears.
They need to get rid of
Yeah.
Trubisky. We already went over this. They
Yeah,
need a new
that's
quarterback.
their problem. They
He's the
get
issue. That's
British
easy.
Trubisky.
The Chargers.
Who's next?
I don't know what the Chargers issue is. They're the Chargers. They just
Chargers still, in a weird way, they could just get on the streak and still make the playoffs.
Yeah, baby.
Their team is good. Like
they're just the Chargers,
Anthony,
though, right?
Yeah, they're Chargers. Anthony Lynn's, yeah, it's to the Chargers. So
I don't know. Yeah, it was the Chargers and the Bears this weekend. The Chargers took the lead. They let the Bears drive down the field, and then the Bears missed a field goal. It was the funniest thing in the world to watch. Just two bad teams being inept against each other at the end of the game. And then the Falcons, that Dan Quinn's fired. That seems like a done deal. They're the worst defense in football, and he's a defensive guy.
Yeah. So a quick story.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually in Atlanta this weekend. So I was in town for the Seahawks and Falcons game, and I got a couple. I test the temperature of people, ask them around, like, hey, what do you think?
Poking around behind the scenes.
Poking around, trying to see, what? Should Dan Quinn get fired? I got some mixed reviews. I was like, no, he shouldn't. Yes, he should. So I don't know if he's 100% going to get fired. I mean, he did just take them to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. And I think, some of this isn't his fault of, them not being healthy and different things like that. So I don't know.
The defense has just been so bad for 2 years.
I know, but they haven't been healthy for the last 2 years. I know you still everyone doesn't stay healthy, so
I think you kind of need a fresh start. I don't know what you do with Matt Ryan. It's kind of
my point. I can see both sides.
How about you fire Dan Quinn? You hire Josh McDaniels, and Tom Brady comes to town because it seems like Bill wants to run Tom Brady out tomorrow. And, Tom Brady takes over a good team with his offensive coordinator. Ooh, a little exciting.
Okay, I can buy that. All right, that's my Falcons story. That's my Falcons story.
That was good. That's the journalism we need on this program.
But I have another piece to it. So the other side, I'm at the Falcons game. I'm looking around. I'm at Mercedes-Benz Dome. First time being there, and people are showing me around. And then they say, Terrell, you want to go close the roof with us? The roof's open. The roof opens in a circle and the whole deal. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. So they asked me this to I don't know, kick off or early in the game. Yes. And it comes time, I'm like, man, am I really about to go to the roof and close this? I'm scared of heights. so it comes to the time where they're like, all right, you're ready to go. And he gives me this whole spiel of how we're going to go across the catwalk. He's like, the catwalk's not, it's all still it's not going to move. It might look like it's moving, but it's not moving. And he gives me this whole thing. He asks me if I'm scared of heights. And of course I say no. I'm not going to tell the man right there I'm scared of heights. I'm just going to suck it up. So we go, and they're like, okay, we got to go all the way to the 300 level, and then we got to walk up. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I am freaking out inside, freaking out. We get to the 300 level, and I'm already out of breath because we walked all the way up to the 300 level, whatever. And then we get there, and then all right, you ready? Okay. And we just start walking up steps, and we just get higher and higher and higher. I'm like, oh my gosh. I told the guy behind me, I was like, I guess it's too late to turn back around now, huh? He's like, yep. I was like, crap. All right. So I just kept on going. And so we got to the catwalk, walked across the catwalk. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so you're above
the whole stadium.
You're above the whole stadium. You can see everyone down. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't look down. I'm just walking straight, keeping focus, walking straight, dodging beams. And then we get to a point, we walk up higher. I'm like, oh my gosh. At this point, I'm just freaking out a ton. Finally make it to the top. It wasn't it was super secure. It wasn't that scary. Wasn't as scary as I thought it was. But it was awesome. Great view. I'll have to send you the time lapse I did. But it was awesome. I watched the thing close from the top, on top of the stadium, on the roof. It was awesome. The thing is cool. The whole stadium's awesome. I can see why they're gonna have the Final Four there. Why they had the Super Bowl there last year. I'm trying to plug the Final Four for us so we can get down there, man. So it was amazing. I want to work there now. So that's my whole spiel. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is awesome, and I got a great experience.
So I'm disappointed you didn't Snapchat me walking on that catwalk because I would have loved to see that.
Dude, did you just hear me describe what I was going through? You think I was pulling my phone out to Snapchat?
You need to be a good friend.
No. My hands were sweating. I was I was scared. No, there's no way I was doing that.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next group. Our next group, we got our young and reckless teams. They're young, they're reckless. They seem to have a good plan. They kind of got their quarterbacks. We got the Giants, we got the Cardinals, and we got the Jags. I don't really have much to say about these three teams. They're young quarterbacks. I like Gardner Minshew. Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury are kind of working. Cliff Kingsbury, not so much maybe as Kyler Murray is, and then Daniel Jones. The Giants have been outscored 40 by their opponents by 40 points in the first quarter. That's the worst in the NFL by a significant margin. So if they could just start a little better, they may have some wins. But what do you think? Anything to say about those guys?
Yeah, I agree with you everywhere. Other than like, I don't know what the Jaguars are gonna do
With
at
Foles,
QB, Foles and everything. That's weird. Paid him a lot of money, so you got to play him. But yeah, you said the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are right where I kind of expected them. Maybe a tad bit over, ahead,
above,
but
yeah.
above. But Cliff and Kyler are kind of working through it all, and I think it's going to take them time. They're going to need an O line. They kind of need a little bit of a defense, so that's going to take time. And for the Giants, I mean, they're just
Yeah.
Barkley went out for a good period of time, and
Daniel Jones is the
trying to.
guy. It seemed like they
Yeah,
seem set on him.
they're just trying to make it through. Let Daniel get some experience and be competitive. They're competing, so you could always like this. All these teams are competing, so you can't be mad at them for that. And I'm not mad at this group. So this is exciting to see, and I hope they grow and not regress.
Yeah, perfect. All right, our next group, we have our aptly named "We're Just Here." These teams just seem like they're here. We have the Lions, the Titans, the Buccaneers, the Steelers, and the Raiders. I just maybe we find them. It feels like they're gonna go 9-7, 8-8, the best they're gonna be, right?
Yeah. These are the teams that you turn on and you're like, crap. What the heck? They're about to beat my team, or or sometimes you just blow them out and that's easy win. That's kind of what they are. They're just like, they just show up every week and you really don't know what you're gonna get. So that's what these teams are. The Raiders are kind of surprising us from what we thought. Tampa Bay is right where we thought they would be.
Jameis is
The
done.
Lions, we thought the Lions might be kind of good, but it turned out they're not. They're okay. They're in the middle of the pack. Whatever.
It kind of feels like these teams don't have a their quarterback situation isn't really set, and they're not tanking to get a good young quarterback, so they're kind of just stuck here. They're gonna have a mediocre draft pick. They're not gonna be able to really get one of the top guys. So I just don't know what they're doing.
I think for Carr and Stafford, I think they're happy with those guys, but those other teams,
yeah, well, no. I mean, watch. Ryan Tannehill's gonna find the Titans at 9-7, and they squeak into the playoffs somehow.
Aggies had good weekend this week. Tannehill, Miller, Josh Reynolds, and Mike Evans. That's a good week for the Aggies there.
And the X-Ag did not Kyle Allen.
Yeah. Well, we're not talking about those.
All right. Our next group, we have the Pretenders. These teams have a good record. They have the perception of being a good team, maybe. We just don't think they're quite there. These teams might get in, but I don't think any of these teams are making a run at the Super Bowl anytime soon. We got the Bills, we have the Eagles, and we have the Panthers. Who do you want to hit on first, T?
Let's go after the Bills. The Bills possibly could not easily make playoffs, but they got a couple.
They can get in. I think they're in good shape in the AFC.
Yeah, good shape to get in because that schedule's a little weak on their end. I think they got a good chance to get in. The Panthers, I was hoping they would make a fight against the 49ers. They didn't.
That was
so they
kind of showed for the other team.
Yeah, they kind of showed me that maybe not as good as we thought they were.
And they may not play Cam all year. Cam may not be coming back.
So Cam might not play all year now.
No, that's what I'm hearing. Whispers are that he's not close, really.
I mean, a side note: if we're Carolina, do we just try to trade Cam to somebody else who might need a quarterback? Like you said last week or 2 weeks ago, if Cam goes to the Chicago Bears, the team could be pretty good there. They could literally run the ball, play good defense, and beat up on people.
Yeah, and I think they get out of his contracts not too expensive next year. So I think that's the move. If you're sold on Allen, we'll see how it plays out. The Eagles bounce back big this week against the Bills after getting called out by Scandrick, kind of confirming my theories that there may be a little something going on in the locker room there, that they're complacent. but it is the Bills. The weather was terrible in Buffalo, and the Bills are really limited at quarterback. I think Josh Allen. So we'll just kind of see. I don't know where these teams are going to move forward, but they should get it. They might get in, but I don't think they're making a Super Bowl run.
No, I totally agree with you.
All right, our next group, we have our good but not great. These are teams, I feel like all these teams are getting in probably, and maybe they put something together, they get hot for a couple weeks at the end of the season. But we have the Ravens, the Colts, the Seahawks, the Texans, and the Rams. Who do you think is the biggest threat out of this group to maybe go make a run at a Super Bowl?
Biggest threat. Make a run in the Super Bowl. I don't know if that's a big threat to make a Super Bowl in this group.
If you had to
if I had to pick one, I guess the Ravens. I mean, they play pretty good defense.
They get super hot, and Lamar.
Lamar could get hot. But I think for one game you could figure out the Lamar deal. That's my thing. I guess the Rams. I could go back to the Rams.
Go back to the champs.
The Rams. I mean, go back. I mean, yeah, they could easily. They've been there. They know how to do it. It seemed like they got rid of some turmoil. Cleaned the locker room up a little bit. So yeah, maybe I'd say the Rams. They've got the pieces to do it for sure.
Cooper Kupp is back. He's Jared Goff's guy. And
the Rams are definitely my pick. The Seahawks lost their center this week, so that's always tough when you lose your center.
Yeah.
That's like people don't really think about that stuff, but that's a big loss.
The Texans lost J.J. Watt, just kind of an emotional leader for that team, even though he seems like he's always out.
Yeah,
these days.
so
but
they already have Deshaun running with his head cut off and get kicked in the face and everything.
That was incredible play. He got kicked in the eye and still threw a touchdown pass on the same play.
We should. Yeah, we got one of these pods. You gotta do top 5 quarterbacks. So we gotta see where we're at. This will be fun.
That would be interesting. All right, our next group. This is our second group from the top. These are our sleeping giants. These boys, maybe they make a run. These teams could maybe get a Super Bowl run. They're good. They're not perfect, but we like them a lot. We got the Packers. We got the Chiefs. We got the Vikings. We got the Cowboys. Now, Terrell, are we homers for putting our two teams at the top here, or are both our teams pretty good? Because I think they're both pretty good.
I do think they're both pretty good. I will speak of my team real quick. The Chiefs. They didn't win on Sunday night, but they showed me that they could be pretty good. Like, you could definitely tell they're missing the Mahomes magic. Like, down there, the shady fumble hurt big time, but you could definitely tell they missed a little Mahomes magic. But Matt Moore came in, played good. They played like team football. It wasn't all relying on like Mahomes. The defense played okay. They got after Rodgers. Of course, Rodgers made some Rodgers throws.
I mean, Rodgers pulled a throw out of his ass basically to win that game.
Yeah.
He was throwing it away or throwing it to Jimmy Graham, and he found, Jamal Williams in the back of the end zone for a touch.
Yeah.
Basically winning touchdown.
Totally. Like, and the Chiefs aren't healthy, like, right now. Like, no, they're missing 2 offensive tackles. Frank Clark didn't play. Obviously, Mahomes didn't play. But they still showed up to the game. I saw it when it was 14-0. I was like, I wasn't surprised at all. But then they battled back, and they kind of showed me, like, they're for real. So, yes, I think they could be a contender when fully healthy. The Vikings, on the other hand, I do like what I've been seeing from them. My only hiccup is that they haven't beat up on anybody really good, but they have been playing very good, though.
So, just to throw back onto the Packers, why they're here also, their defense showed maybe it's not as elite as everybody thought it was, because Matt Moore, like you said, looked very comfortable after the first quarter. They moved the ball well. They scored. And the Green Bay's really kind of relied on Rodgers to win that game for them. So
100%.
There's a little weakness there.
I literally think if Shady doesn't fumble, it's probably definitely a back and forth between Matt Moore and Aaron Rodgers. So there's a big deal.
There's a weakness. I'm gonna go down on my team now. We are a very good football team. The issue with the Vikings is their interior offensive line is terrible. We have rookie Garrett Bradbury, who's weak, but he's fast and athletic. And our guards, our left and right guards, are so bad. They're terrible. So if anybody has a good interior pass rush, they're going to blow us up. Like we kind of saw on Thursday night, we didn't look great. Washington has a good interior pass rush, and they just blow us up, and it throws our rhythm off. Dalvin Cook's a stud. Kirk Cousins actually looked pretty good in a big prime. I know he's not playing a great team, but it was a big primetime game. playing his ex team, and he looked really comfortable and okay. So we'll like what we see. We got a big game, Vikings Chiefs this weekend, but it's at noon Sunday. And then the last team on this list, the Cowboys. Vikings are at the Cowboys in 2 weeks on Sunday night. So these next 2 weeks are going to tell us a lot about the Vikings going forward. But so Dallas, like we said, it's just they feel a little limited on offense, right? And maybe the defense isn't as good as we thought they were.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Dallas is gonna be
They're
pretty
tough.
good.
They're
The
tough.
NFC is so good. It's tough.
It,
So I think they make it out of the NFC East. I think they do give somebody a run for money in
yeah.
one of those divisional games.
Put
They
it.
do. But you're right. They're kind of limited. But that's what they do. They run the ball, and they got a Cooper on the outside. So
You got to get a
I
lead.
think they'll
If Dallas can get a lead,
yeah.
they're as good as anybody. But if
But
they
the
don't,
defense can, if they get a lead,
yeah.
the defense can play to that lead. They got some good pass rushers to get after it. I thought Robert Quinn, was he hurt? He got hurt in the last game, but they had a bye week, so he might be okay. But they do have some pass rushers to get after it. So I kind of like Dallas, and I like putting them in this group because they definitely could contend. So I mean, obviously, it all goes back to Dak too. If Dak can,
The only thing
play
I'll
to Dak
say
level.
about them is they got a run game, and if they can run the ball and play a little defense, that travels well on the road in the playoffs, as we know. So that could win you a terrible game in Lambeau with bad weather, where you just kind of got to grind yourself to a victory.
That's
And
true.
so let's go to our last group, our top 3 teams, the leaders of the pack. We have the 49ers, the Patriots, and the Saints. These are our 3 teams right now feeling Super Bowl run. Who do you think is the best team out of these 3, Terrell?
Obviously, I mean, I'm not
You're, go-
obviously the Patriots. The
you're going with
Patriots,
the Pats?
yeah, the
Proven.
champs,
They're proven.
proven.
They know
I
what they're
can't
doing.
I can't knock them. What have they shown me to be like? You know what? We're not the top team here.
I don't.
Defense legit, quarterbacks legit. They went and got the receiver, the person they needed. I mean, they're for real. So
They're. I
it's kind
don't.
of
I
scary.
don't know how you beat them. Honestly,
I mean,
just
I
you
think you
gotta
run the
turn it.
ball.
You gotta try and run the
I
ball against them and turn it into an ugly slugfest kind of game because that defense is scary. We'll see this. They haven't really played anybody. The Patriots.
That's true.
The next 5 weeks,
So
though, they play 5 very good teams, starting with Baltimore on Sunday night. So we'll really get a great look at the Patriots coming up to see where they are. I'll tell you what, the Saints look good with Breeze back. They kind of scare me. Kamara, they're a very good team. The Niners,
Kamara has been
hurt.
Kamara's trying to get healthy. He
I
hasn't played the
know,
last 2 weeks.
but
It's crazy.
he's
They're
the
still
dangerous. Yeah,
killing
they're still
people.
killing people. But oh my God, the Niners, woo! They really that defense is scary good. Nick Bosa is not just defensive rookie of the year; he might be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, man.
They are out of control on defense, and they run the ball like nobody's business.
So yeah, I think those three teams at the top are legit, really good. They're definitely set themselves apart from everyone else. Um, told you
Yep.
about Breeze and Teddy Bridgewater. I was like, there's no doubt.
Yep. There was. I mean, there was a
Uh,
little doubt for about 2 quarters, and then no doubt.
yeah, then Breeze has figured out. He had to warm the thumb up, man. He had to get it going. He's like, listen, I'm gonna come back
But
versus the Cardinals, beat them up real quick. So when we go into bye week, there's no question who the man is right here.
who's in
So
charge? Right?
it is me.
All right, so
But
that's
no, all the props to Teddy Bridgewater for holding it down.
he did hold it down, but so that's our power rankings through the first 8 games of the season. We'll see where things play out. I kind of like this list. I don't see too much changing. We'll do another list probably, in a few weeks' time towards that playoff push area to see, and hopefully it'll be exciting. It's been a great first 8 games. Hopefully it stays a good second 8 games. So moving on, let's move to our picks for this weekend. We got our picks this weekend. All right. First game we're picking. We got the Chargers at the Chargers, man, LAC. We got the Clippers. We're going hoops. We got the Clippers at the Utah
You sure we're
Jazz.
going hoops?
We're going hoops. I'm positive. We're going hoops right here. We're going Clippers Jazz at the Jazz. Jazz minus 1.5. Who do we like? We're adding a little change up here. We're going picking against the spreads this week.
I think Clippers plus 1.5.
I like that too. I think Kawhi, he's going to show out a little bit. Both teams 3-1, so top of the West, getting started early. All right, next game we got the largest outdoor cocktail party on Saturday. Georgia at Florida in
Why
Jacksonville.
are we not going to that, man?
You want to
We
fly
should
to
we should have booked the
book?
business expense on there and
Yeah,
went to the largest outdoor cocktail
cocktail
party.
party. I would
That's right
rather.
up our lane.
Maybe we can get the business expense approval for the LSU Alabama game in 2 weeks. I'd prefer that one.
That's gonna be steep.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a steep one.
that's true. All right, so Georgia, Florida. Georgia's 6.5 point favorites. Where are you going with this one?
Uh, I'm taking Georgia.
He's going with the dogs. You know what? I think Florida's going to keep this game really close. I think Georgia wins the game, but I think Florida getting 6.5. I think they cover, and I think Georgia wins by about 3. So there's a little different ones. Next one, game day at Memphis for the first time ever. We have the undefeated SMU Broncos. The Pony Express is back playing the Memphis Tigers. And Memphis is 6 point favorites in this game. That's way too big, right?
That's wild. That's wild, man. For an undefeated team, that's no respect. So that's why I got SMU -6.
You gotta go with the Texas team. You gotta go with the undefeated. Memphis is 7-1. They're no slouch. They are at home. But
I got a buddy who works at SMU too, so
you got a buddy.
even.
You got a buddy that works for everybody.
Hey, gotta have connections.
You definitely have the connections. Now, I know you really didn't want to do this game, but we're gonna do it anyway. There is a little.
Oh my god.
There's a little bit of a factor. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs 2.5 point favorites. That line lets me believe that they're thinking Mahomes is gonna play. That's what that line tells me.
You know what? I'm not betting this line until I figure out if Mahomes is playing.
He's not.
I'll let you bet. I'll let you bet it.
All right, I'm taking the Vikings. I like us. Kansas City can't stop the run. Simple as that. The heavy dose of Dalvin Cook. Have fun with that. All right, last game.
We'll have fun with that.
Yeah.
You have fun chasing Hill.
All right.
All right.
It's all right. It's fine. We never get beat over the top. Just let you throw underneath all day.
That's what everyone says today. They get beat over the top until they play the Chiefs.
Nope. That's how it goes. All right, last game. Pats at the Ravens. Pats are 3.5 point favorites. You roll. Pats stay undefeated and they cover? Question mark.
Yeah, stay undefeated and they cover. I need some advice here. Do I play Lamar this week in fantasy?
No. Who's your backup? Wait, who's your backup?
Wentz is my backup in one league, and I think I have Minshew's my other backup.
Oh,
so
it's not great. It's not great options. Yeah, I don't think I play Lamar though. That Patriots defense is way too good.
That's tough. Okay,
tough.
I'll roll with Wentz.
Yeah.
Wentz is playing Chicago though, so I think he'll be okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
That's right. All right, I'm going with the Ravens. They're coming off a bye. I think they're ready for this game. I really do. I think I don't know if they win this game, but I kind of like them. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I'm taking the Ravens with the upset at home. I'm taking the Ravens.
You think the Ravens upset the Patriots?
Ravens beating the Patriots Sunday night. That's my upset special.
Wow, we got a hot takes going over here.
Little hot
Super hot.
I like it. They're coming off a bye. I think I don't know. They run, like we said, run the ball, beat it, keep off of Brady's hands, low-scoring game. And
so according to you, I should play Lamar then?
I just don't. I think it's just going to be low scoring. They win like a 16-13 game, and Justin Tucker bangs a big kick to win the game. You know, it's one of those things.
Okay.
Especially with maybe not necessarily the best kicking situation in New England still. All right. Let's go with who balled out for you this week, T.
I got I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I got a defensive player this week. Nick Bosa. Ooh. My man had 3 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries, and 1 interception. And a big time win versus the Panthers. They put a statement down after sliding through the mud. I thought he might have gotten sick, but he was all okay. He just shut it down. So that's my ball of the week.
That's a great baller. The Bosa, his brother Joey had a pretty good game too. I believe he had 2 sacks for the Chargers at the Bears. So good weekend for the Bosa boys. There's something else. My doghouse, I hate to do it, but I'm going to go with Douglas Coleman III, quarterback from Texas Tech. This man, Kansas and Texas Tech were in a tie football game, and Kansas was lining up for the game-winning field goal. Texas Tech blocks the field goal. This man recovers it, starts to try and return it, and then just pitches the ball to nobody. Kansas falls on it with 3 seconds left and reattempts the game-winning field goal and wins the game. What are you doing, my man? You're a senior.
The Mad Hatter.
You have 7 interceptions on the season. Yeah, you blame Les Miles, just magic over there in Kansas. But I mean, that's one of those that's unforgivable, unforgivable. So I hate to do it. This man's in my doghouse. Hopefully, he still has a scholarship this week because I don't know if I was the head coach if he would because that's just unforgivable.
That's tough crowd. Yeah, I'm not mad at that because I'm
Yep.
happy KU finally won a Big 12 game. Should have won the one week before versus Texas, but oh well. Hey, you didn't think I was gonna let us slide by and not do our Jalen Hurts segment. We got to get a little jingle or something for this. We'll work on that. Although we mentioned how he lost, but we still got to give you the stats because my man balled out still. 19 for 26, 395 yards in the air, 1 touchdown, 96 yards on the ground, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. With the loss still, but he still balled out, still playing great football. Needs a bounce back week. Oklahoma's got to win out. Unfortunately, Texas sucks, so it's
That
not going
hurt.
to do him any good if
That hurt them
he
a
wins the
lot.
Big 12.
I think the
Yes,
Big
it hurts
12's
them a
in
lot.
real trouble. The
Oh, wait.
Baylor Bears.
We got Baylor though. So we got a chance though. Baylor's holding it down. So I forgot about them.
They're gonna have to beat OU twice.
Yeah, Baylor's trying to beat OU twice, but OU can go beat Baylor would help their case. They just need Baylor to stay undefeated. So,
not bad.
But to their defense, they didn't know UCLA was gonna suck when they scheduled everybody. So that's not their fault. They tried to play something good, but
you just know your conference is terrible. But
yeah, your conference table. Maybe you should go play just win no doubt.
Schedule some no doubters.
Go get you a Bama, some Georgia, some Clemson, some Michigan, Ohio State, something like that.
Get you a big dog.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's gonna do it for us this week.